Look at that. It's a nice fish. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am still in Vermont. It is day 2 of the birthday lake trout fishing trip. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, just getting out here. And there's a few fish down there. So I'm gonna get at it, get rigged up, and get down here and get what I can, because there's supposed to be a little bit more wind. I don't know, it's unpredictable here, so I want to get as many fish as I can before the wind kicks up and I get blown off. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. There are a pile of fish down here. I'm just gonna drop 2.4 down. Looks like a bunch of bait. Might have just called this the 2.4. Dropping a 1.4 down, not a 2.8. That's what I just said. People ask me all the time about jigging this nervous minnow. Jig does have a tendency to foul hook. It wants to loop up and hook on the line, so you have to be a little bit careful about how you let it free fall, and I generally don't, so I'll jig it up and down really erratically, but I just kind of lower it down. I don't usually let it free fall. Plus I can feel the bites because they almost always hit it on the drop. And as far as cadence, you just got to mix it up and let the fish decide what they want. There's a ton of bait down there. Hard to compete with all that bait. There we go. Not that hard. This isn't a very big fish. But I'll take it this short end of the trip. This might be the smallest lake trout I've ever caught here. It's not even fighting. I'm gonna do some burping. There we go, it just burped. Little guy, not very big at all. There's those bubbles I was telling you about, right there. This is a Winnipesaukee size lake trout. Stuck in the side of him. Try to take care of that lamprey right now. He wants to get back down there and get his meal. See you later, little guy. Thanks for playing. All right. I think I'm getting these fish relatively dialed in here. I got trying something new. They want the bait on the bottom. They'll chase it, but they will not touch it if I keep it up off the bottom and jig it. So I just caught this fish a few minutes ago, and of course both batteries were dead, both cameras, and just checking to make sure that one's still running. I didn't get it on video at all, but that thing was a beast. And everybody that knows me knows that I love fishing a shad. And I'm in 80 feet of water, 78 feet of water, and I'm just casting a shad, 6-inch shad, out into deeper water, letting it sink. and just bumping it along the bottom. And I got whacked and I lost it, and that fish just absolutely hammered it. So I'm gonna try it again, see if I can get it on camera this time. Damn it. Got him. There we go. Came off. Got him. Oh, he slammed it. Oh, I think this is a big fish. This is a pretty big fish, I do believe. He crushed it. It was pretty heavy. Sometimes what I'll do when these fish don't want to burp, this one's starting to burp, is I will pull some drag out as long as I can keep the line tight. And just let them down a little bit. Sometimes even just 6 or 8 feet will be enough for them to burp. Because this fish, if you get them up too far, they won't burp. They can't. It's too much pressure. They can't burp it out. Oh yeah, look at that. He's burping out real good. That's what I want. I want to see all those bubbles. I do not want to kill this fish. This is a pretty big fish. So I'm just going to let it keep burping out. Got another fish coming right up to it. Probably going to try to steal a lure out of his mouth. There we go. Yeah, burping out good. No. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. That sucks. That was a big fish. So I wanted to take a second to talk about the gear that I used to catch these fish today. My bait cast setup, this is a Daiwa Proteus SS. It's a 6'4" medium light. Not sure if you can see that. I'll hold that up there. Anyway, it's a 6'4" medium light Proteus SS. It's a super slim. This is a wicked nice rod for jigging. I really like it. Definitely want to get some more of the heavier ones. The reel is a Daiwa Alexa HD 300. It's right hand and has the power handle on it. My lure that I like to fish on this one is my signature series 1.4 ounce Nervous Minnow from Daddy Mac Lures. You can get that right on their website, or you can actually get them at Kidder Trading Post. Walk right in and pick them up. All of this stuff is available at Kidder Trading Post, pending availability. Obviously, with COVID, things are tricky. A lot of stuff is sold out. My other jigging rod, the spinning rod, this is a new setup for me. I have fished Shimano Travala S-Series jig spinning rods for a long time, and they're expensive, and they did away with their lifetime warranty, and Daiwa has stepped up their game big time. And these Harrier jigging rods, this is a 6'4" as well. This is a medium heavy, and this rod will handle up to 150 gram lure, which is about 6 ounces, I believe, if my math is correct, my memory I should say. And I sometimes fish the 2.8 ounce Nervous Minnow, which I have one here, all set up with a 2.8 Nervous Minnow. The reels are just, I'm waiting for some back-ordered reels from Daiwa, but right now this is a Penn and an old Shimano Stratic. But on this setup, all my big fish came on paddle tail. I caught a couple on storms. I had the white Wild Eye swim shad, and I painted the back of it blue with a Sharpie, and I fished that for a little while. I like the storms. They're very convenient because they're pre-weighted. There's a weight in the middle of it, so you don't have to have a separate jig head, and they're pretty durable. These softer ones, these saltwater assassin, they're very soft. They get torn up. You don't get very many hits and fishes out of them. They tear them up pretty quickly, but they work pretty well. And yeah, so those are my setups. My net, if you're wondering about my net, this is the new Clam net. This is the Fortis net. It's the bass net. It's a really nice net. I'm really enjoying it. There's some fish down here right now, so I'm going to drop down while I talk. That is the Fortis bass net. I have the panfish net, which I use in my kayak. That's the one with the blue pool noodle attached to it. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen that net at least sticking up in the back, in the background of my kayak. So yeah, that's my my gear. Hope you find that helpful. Everybody's always asking. I'm running 30-pound braid on these rods. Both rods, all my rods have 30-pound braid. That way I can fish stripers and stuff with them too. And 12-pound Daiwa J Fluoro fluorocarbon leader. About 6 feet of that, 6 to 8 feet of that fluorocarbon. Really important when you're fishing for lake trout is to check that leader every time you catch a fish or get a hit, because sometimes they get it deep in their mouths and they will nick that leader, and the next fish to hit it will break it. So be sure and check your leaders out. Got him. Decent fish. It's not as big as the one I just lost, but I don't care after that. I just want to fish in the net. Slouch. Got some weight here. See if I can't walk him around here. Nice. Oh, this is a pretty good fish. This is a pretty good fish. Yep. This is a good fish. I'm having a hard time lifting him off the bottom. Oh, there's a pile of them down there. I don't care about the rest of you. He's probably puking up food. They'll do that as they burp. They'll puke out a lot of their food that they've been eating. You realize up too far in this deeper water, at some point their bladder gets so full of gases that they will actually float up, and then that's a dead fish. The whole fizzing them thing just opens them up to bacteria. So I'm gonna let this fish back down a little bit. I'd rather lose it than kill it. Because I don't like to eat lake trout. I don't think they taste very good. Well, I'll make sure this fish is going to burp out. one good burp anyway. This fish has got some weight. But it will not burp. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Come on, keep going. Yes. You're playing a big gamble when you bring these fish up really slow like this, because you're trying to balance between letting them burp out but not fighting them too long, because you'll exhaust them and just kill them, and then you defeat the purpose. Jesus, that's a big fish. That is a big lake trout. That might be my biggest. That is a big fish. This is a really big fish. Wow, look how long that fish is. Holy crap. Oh, that is a monster. That is a really big fish. Oh my God, that's a nice lake trout. I'm not taking him out of the water until I get a picture. There. Nice. Burp it out, baby, burp it out. All right, I'm gonna get a picture and then I'm gonna let it go. Here, I guess I'll show it to you real quick. Good shape. Look at that. It's a nice fish. Wow. All right. Picture time. Back in the water. All right. That is a beast. Really nice fish, and it's in really good shape. It's ready to go. That is one of the biggest lake trout I've ever caught. That thing was a massive fish. It was a beast. I didn't measure it, I didn't weigh it, because I don't care. The fish was in really good shape and I wanted to let it go. I never took it out of the water except to show you on the video and to take 2 quick photos, and then right back in it went. I didn't put it on the deck or anything, so I'm trying to be extra cautious today. I love shads. I gotta tell you, I just can't. This thing is tore up from the lake trout chewing on it. It's just shredded. I love shads. Big fish all eat shads. And for that reason, I love targeting big fish with shads. These are the ones that I happen to have now, but if you're wondering what shads to use, 6-inch, this is a 6-inch shad. The Storm Wildlife Swim shads work really well, and they're pre-weighted, so you don't need to mess around with the extra jig heads. Just trying to get this on here straight. And I'm just casting this out, letting it sink to the bottom, and then just bouncing it back, tap, 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 keeping it on the bottom. If it comes off the bottom, I let it sink back down to the bottom. I do the same thing with stripers and catch them. It's black sea bass, I catch them with that way. When the fish are suspended, definitely nervous minnow is my go-to, but when these fish are picking the food off the bottom, they're hitting the jigs on the bottom, it's having a really hard time setting the hook with the nervous minnow laying on the bottom. Profile, I don't really know. But I don't want to retrieve that nervous minnow across the bottom, especially the 1.4 with the trebles, because it will definitely get snagged. This shad, I can bounce along the bottom, and something just picked this up. No, it's on the bottom. So I'm just tap, 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 keeping it on the bottom. Keeping a pretty steady retrieve, so it's moving, so they have to grab it. Lets me feel the bite, and it gets their attention. Looks wounded, skipping across the bottom, and because it's bigger, I'm getting bites from smaller fish, but the bigger fish are just hammering it. And it's not, even though I have braid, it's not a super hard thump. When you get back to the boat and you're ready to retrieve it to make another cast, I highly recommend just a slow, steady retrieve, or even jig it up until you get it about halfway up in the water column. Because like I'm doing now, I'm gonna retrieve it. When that bait comes off the bottom, if there was one following it, they might swim up and just grab it. I've been hit twice doing this, as opposed to just cranking it in, because a lot of times when I just crank it in, I look at the fish finder and I see one that's followed it about halfway up and is swimming back down. So if you don't know from watching the channel, I am a full-time licensed New Hampshire fishing guide. That's what I do mostly for a living, is take people fishing. So if you're ever in the Lake Winnipesaukee area and you want to jig lake trout on Winnipesaukee, there are some big fish in there. They're very few and far between, but we have a lot of them, and we have a lot of fun jigging lake trout, 3 to 6 pounds. Good numbers. So if you're ever in the area and you want to come fishing, look me up. But I'm on Lake Champlain, and if you ever want to come up here and you don't know where to go, or you don't have a boat, I highly recommend giving Captain Matt Trombley of Third Alarm Charters a call, or visit their website and book a trip with him. You will catch fish. If you want a vertical jig in July and August, late July and all through August, he'll take you jigging, or you can troll. He catches some beautiful fish. So if you're in this area and you want to go fishing, look Matt up, Matt Trombley, Third Alarm Charters. If you're over by Winning and you want to come with me, give me a shout. I'd love to take you fishing. He isn't happy about it. Ah. Well, it's fishing. That's a risky run when you bring them up that slow, as they get a chance to shake their heads. He's swimming at me with it. Boy, he wanted it. He was not messing around. This one's not as big, but getting spoiled. And it came off. Okay, day number 2 on Lake Champlain is a wrap. It was a heck of a morning. Some really big fish. I lost a monster. What are we gonna do? It's fishing, right? A lot of missed opportunities, a lot of misses. The fish were just weird, picking it up off the bottom. But you know, you gotta try everything, and you gotta know what everything is. And sometimes it's suspended above the fish, making them chase it. Sometimes it's down there, making them pick it up off the bottom. But gotta give them what they want. My dad always used to say, the fish pick the winners. Not a bad morning. You know, really can't complain. That's one of the biggest lake trout I've ever caught. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. I have 2 more days up here, at least 2 more times out, as long as the weather cooperates. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification bell so you know when I upload new content. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow, and maybe even tonight. I might come back out this evening. We'll see. Thanks for watching.